just as cold as before.
It is the same portrait as before, and just as big.
Right. And what a beauty his mother was. Same description, too. Lester, eldest son of the House of De Rosso, future clergyman of the Crystal Adventists and cardinal of the Crystal Orthodoxy, born in the land of Eternia on a cold winter's day.
It seems a struggle between the old faith and the orthodoxy arose here in this world, too.
Never has a visitor spoken of matters of such import. 'Tis as if you have been to this castle before.
Lord De Rosso!
Ah, you know me then. You must be... Yes, I see. And it seems there is much you already know. Yes, I see.
A family portrait by Lord De Rosso. Little did he know of the approaching maelstrom. Such tragedy that we could not possibly fathom.
Lord De Rosso's ordainment portrait.
From the old faith to the orthodoxy, an era of great change that sealed Lord De Rosso's fate.
The meaningless power struggle took place in this world as well, it appears.
You know much. How uncanny. Almost disturbing. Which is perhaps ironic coming from me.
Lord De Rosso!
I see. My fate has already...
Lord De Rosso's ordainment portrait.
From the old faith to the orthodoxy, Lord De Rosso's fate was sealed upon his ordainment.
Lord De Rosso's castle siege painting.
This is where his never-ending struggle began.
And his never-ending sorrow.
So, you feel pity for me? Well, I suppose stranger things have happened.
Lord De Rosso.
The question is, to what extent do you... No, let us leave that for another time.
Lord De Rosso's castle siege painting. Such a tragic tale. Lord De Rosso's portrait of immortality.
Accept me, and I shall grant life everlasting. Though it shall be filled with grief, thou shalt have all eternity to wreak vengeance upon thine enemies. Who or what was talking to him, and why?
Even I know not, just as I know not how you came to know those words.
Lord De Rosso.
Accept me. Ah, yes. Eternal grief and eternal vengeance.
The portrait depicting Lord De Rosso's immortality.
He was granted everlasting life. He can't ever die. Lord De Rosso's war landscape.
The war that changed the very land we walk upon. I shudder when I think of the manner in which it was waged.
Care for a taste of my power? The power to fell mountains and tear the earth asunder.
Lord De Rosso!
Then again, you people might... Well, we would simply have to try it to find out what would happen. No?
Lord De Rosso's war landscape.
It's hard to imagine a war lasting 500 years.
Lord De Rosso's portrait of the Archbishop.
So Juliana was responsible for cutting off the Vestals and temples from the corrupt orthodoxy. But the description for this portrait only tells of the time he was hatching his plot.
Precisely. The actual events therein shall be told in other paintings.
Lord De Rosso.
Or perhaps you have already. Yes, 'tis in the realm of possibility for those such as you.
A portrait of the Archbishop.
He looks just as he does today, save for that elaborate attire. Lord De Rosso's asterisk painting.
There are asterisks in this world too. It seems the sage here in this world also wanted to reduce the Orthodoxy's authority. I've always wondered what they were made of. They have such a warm, bewitching glow.
Truth be told, he never shared the secret of their making with me either.
Really? He kept the secret from you too?
The next time we meet, I shall have him explain it to me.
The asterisk painting.
Sage Juliana created asterisks to chip away at the Crystal Orthodoxy's authority.
I commend you for making it this far. The final painting lies beyond this throne. I shall reveal it to you if you defeat me in battle.
You're referring to the angel painting.
Precisely. You know much that has yet to happen, my friends. The last test is a test of strength. I shall only reveal the painting to those whom I deem worthy. One might also say that there is no need for those who are unworthy to lay their eyes upon it. But be forewarned, I am a formidable foe. I trust you are well prepared. this be? The immortal Lester De Rosso has been defeated? I am a man of my word. Behold the final painting.
Lord De Rosso's angel painting.
It's as he said. She looks just like Agnes.
You can say that again.
Yes, they could be twins. Is there really such a resemblance?
Did I speak thus in the previous world?
Oh, Lord De Rosso. I don't recall if you truly said that.
I seem to recall he did. At least I think.
Well, no matter. The truth is, there is a striking resemblance.
The painting of the angel. It all started with this fateful meeting.
You showed skill making it to our central command, Wind Vestal. But unfortunately for you, you won't get any further if I can help it. I'm in fine form today. I'll show you how weak and pathetic you...
Victoria!
Victor, I can't breathe.
Alas, you have grown more unstable than I had feared. We must seek treatment at once.
Victor.
Silence, if you please. She would likely perish if we were to disturb her now.
It's happening again.
Again? What do you mean?
Oh, I was just thinking out loud.
Allow me to tell you a story, if I may. Once upon a time, in a place not of this land, there was an orphan child suffering an incurable disease. Her name was Victoria. Though still a child, she was abhorred by those around her due to her affliction, as the orthodoxy cast her aside. She was taken in and raised by the orthodoxy soon after her birth. She simply waited upon her inevitable demise, all the while gasping in pain and despair. Then, a chance meeting changed her life. On death's door and abandoned, she was found by the Grand Marshal, who wandered the lands after renouncing the orthodoxy himself. She began her treatments in this land after the Lord Marshal conquered and renamed it the Duchy of Eternia. It was I who created the white magic cable. I was charged with studying the combined use of white magic and the crystals. I advocated the use of treatments by amplified white magic on her. But there was one who voiced objections. My assistant in my white magic research, Vincent S. Court, my father. He pressed endlessly for an alternate treatment, one not based on the amplification of white magic. But it was alchemical genesis he proposed. It is a forbidden art, a foul heresy, banned since the time of the Old Faith. The Lord Marshal and I both rejected my father's proposal out of hand. But he would not be swayed. He didn't so much as ask Victoria's consent. He believed his cure had rid her of her affliction, but the truth was far different. It stilled her growth, and periodic fits grew more frequent. Soon, it began to cripple even her mind. My father has since passed. She found clarity one day, returned to herself. She murdered him. I was devastated. No, in truth, I was already a broken man. You must think me a fool for not loathing my father's murderer. But I could not exact vengeance on her. I was entranced by her innocent eyes and childlike form. I devoted myself, body and soul, to her healing. Yet, I failed to relieve her suffering. Each time her tiny form is racked with pain, I ask myself, knowing the result, would I still have intervened as I did? But ever is my answer the same. As long as I draw breath, I will see that she does too. No matter how she suffers, I'll not allow her to die. She is both my crime and my redemption. My ego, my joy. I dedicate my entirety to her. And know no greater pleasure.
What nonsense. I mean, really, Victor, that was so boring and really long, too.
Forgive me, Victoria. How do you fare now?
Back to my old self, but I don't think I could take another one of those fits. Now, let's take care of these fools once and for all.
Your wish is my command.
Stop it! What is the point of us fighting?
The point, you ask? Because you disgust me, Edea. That is reason enough to fight? No. I wish to see your corpses flayed before me, fools!
What do you mean I disgust you? I don't remember doing anything to you.
But of course you don't. You have your health and blood relatives that care for you deeply. You live a life of comfort with many friends and teachers. And yet, despite these blessings, you rebelled. How can you display such arrogance, Edea? I find your very existence offensive.
I fail to see how that is justified.
Is that right? You have no concept of the suffering of us have-nots. Justified or not, I despise you. Why don't you just roll over and die now? Victor, where are you? I cannot see you.
Victoria? Victoria! We have lost her. My sole reason for living. Gone. Then there is nothing else for it. I shall end this miserable life and take you all with me. Thank you for killing me. Now, Victoria and I shall be together for eternity.